Hey guys, lunchtime stretch today is going to focus on the hamstrings and kind of posterior chain again. This is a really popular one the first time, probably because we did the test and the retest, which shows you how much you can improve your toe touch progression. So if you didn't do that first one before, then I'm going to go through it all again today with a few different exercises to really help you improve how you can touch your toes and the flexibility of your hamstrings. So let's get started. So as I said, the first thing we're going to do is test. So what we're going to do, put your feet together, keep your legs straight, come over and just see how close to the floor you can get to, okay? So I just want you to remember how far you can get. So I'm kind of like just to my first knuckle, I can just get underneath my toes with my hands, okay? What we're going to do now is we're going to get nice and warm. So we're going to start with some hip circles. So just stood up, we're just going to circle the hips one after the other. And we're going to do a series of mobility exercises, and then we're going to retest at the end. So, start with just by getting the hips nice and warm. Good for the balance, this one as well, practicing standing on one leg. And then we're going to hamstring sweep. So step forward, sweep the fingertips on the floor. Just feel that nice stretch down the back of the legs. Can't get all the way to floor, then don't worry, just do the best you can. So, we're going to take a nice wide stance now. And then from side to side, we're just going to push our hips back. Feeling that stretch through the inside of the legs, feeling it in the back of the leg and the hamstring a little bit. And as we get into this, just trying to go a little bit lower and a little bit lower. And then come back to the middle, but keep yourself nice and wide. Just going to come over. If you can, place the hands on the ground. And just take your time, just take some deep breaths in this position, just stretching everything out. And then you're going to bring yourself up. You're just going to walk the feet in a little bit. And then the same thing, just come over, stretch out, take some deep breaths. Move your hips from side to side a little bit. Just take your time just to mobilise and stretch out. Stand back up again, bring the feet in again, down. Feel yourself stretching out, relax into that stretch. And then one more time, bring the feet just about shoulder width. Again, just push your hips back and feel that stretch. Okay, pop yourself on your mats. You're going to take your knees nice and wide and you're just going to rock the hips back towards the heel and forward again. Okay, just take your time. Just stretch those hips out. Few deep breaths in that end range, just feel the stretch. And then sit yourself, pull the leg across, hug that knee to the opposite shoulder and sit nice and tall. Feel that stretch through your glutes. I'm just going to spend a little bit of time here, and as you can, just bring that knee up a little bit closer to you. You can do this one sat in the chair. In a chair, if sat on the floor is a little bit uncomfortable, or just put a few cushions underneath yourself. Keep hugging that knee up to your shoulder. You can even turn into that stretch a little bit like that. And then cross over and do the same on the other side. Okay, put yourself on your back. We're just going to rock the knees from side to side just to get the lower back loosened up a little bit. Keep the knees together if you can. The further you go from side to side, the more you're going to feel the mobility exercise working. So just work within whatever range of motion you're comfortable with. And then from there, one leg straight, nice dynamic straight leg raise. Trying to keep the leg as straight as you can. And then switch. And then one last one before we do a few little retests. So donkey kick, pushing the foot up. Should never feel this in your back. Should all be in the glutes. So just finish with a little bit of glute activation. And then the other side. Okay, now the special little trick. So you might have done this one before. What you're going to do is you're going to stand, make two fists, put them between your knees, and what you're going to do is you're going to squeeze the knees together and wiggle the toes, okay? You just got to have some faith and trust me on this one. Squeeze and wiggle. So squeeze those hands together, squeeze the knees in, wiggle the toes, keep squeezing, keep wiggling, squeeze and wiggle, come on, keep going. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Keep those toes wiggling. 5 more seconds. Squeeze. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Okay, stand up. Shake everything out. And let's finish with a nice test. So remember, feet together, legs straight. Come down and see how much you've progressed. So I've probably gained a little bit. I can just about get my fists on the floor. Nice and loose, feel like my glutes have been stretched out as well as activated a bit, feel a bit more energetic, ready to tackle the day ahead. So, hope you enjoyed that one, hopefully you got a little bit more range of motion as well. Thanks for tuning in, I'll see you again soon.